Hi, I'm Trevor. I'm your EIDL expert. Thanks for joining us on this COVID anniversary where we're doing these videos. Today, I'm going to discuss 3 comments we have picked up from our YouTube channel. And yeah, I print them out on paper because, we have good technology here, but I don't have one of those on-screen teleprompters. I don't know that my vision would work with it. In today's video, I'm going to discuss 3 YouTube comments we received. One is about personal guarantee. One is about business is slow, he can't afford to make the payments. And the other one is, I didn't know the interest was accruing. So let's cover those 3 things right now. But first, a word from our sponsor. I love YouTube. I really do. And I actually spend most of my time when I'm viewing for entertainment or information or instruction. Can you say recipes? Yeah. And you know what I've noticed on other YouTube channels? Very often the YouTube creator will tell you about their affiliate links for you buying those products. Or they've got a corporate sponsor, an outside business entity. Sometimes I see videos where they've got both affiliate product purchase, they get paid a fee, and sponsors. Do you know what? We have a sponsor also. We do. It's us. We are our own sponsor here on the EIDL Experts channel. If you don't mind, I'd like to share a very quick word with you all from our sponsors, us. The only affiliate links we've got is to the CRM that we use for our marketing, which is HubSpot, or TubeBuddy, which Linda uses for getting better exposure here on YouTube. And if you click on the link in the description, you can purchase those products for your business and your marketing, and we would be paid an affiliate fee, albeit a very small one. We provide this information to you, this vital information that so many of you thank us for in the comments, free of charge. And I say free because YouTube does not pay us very much. Look, this is what we got paid by YouTube here in March of 2025. Do you run your business on that tiny amount of money? That's it. And too many of you don't purchase our EIDL Resource Hub, which is our comprehensive step-by-step instructions to help you manage the COVID loan program that you need to know about, and you need that assistance. Too many of you didn't want to pay what we felt was our reasonable fee for consulting services. And therefore, in these next few COVID anniversary videos, we will be reminding you that we are near shutting this down. If you find this information helpful and vital, and again, you often tell us how you find this information helpful, then you need to step up and be part of the small business community and support a small business, which is us. Because we cannot make this viable any longer for a couple of $100 a month. That is nuts. Unless more folks help us to grow the channel and make some purchases, then we will cease doing these videos and you will be on your own. Now, mind you, you're not really on your own because we know of the 2 other channels that you've heard me mention them. There's Jason, his channel is excellent. There's Skip with Ryder, their channel is excellent. We don't know them personally or professionally, but those, in my opinion, are the only other resources you've got here on YouTube to help guide you with your COVID loan program. But we offer a different perspective. We are kind of the plumber who shows up at the house and fixes the pipe. That's who we are. And the information we share comes out of real-time, real-world experiences with the program. So if you don't want to lose this element of your information about the COVID program, you need to step up. And here's how you can do that. First, like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and do it right now, because we want to get up to 50,000 subscribers. There's no money in that. For April of 2025, we have opened up our 1-hour phone consulting practice. You can click on the link in the description and book a call. Or if you want to know about disaster loans, click on the link and book an appointment right now for the month of April. You know what else you can do? You can send us a thank you. Send us a few dollars so we can buy a pizza. How hard is that to do? You folks are not consumers. You're small business owners just like us. Do you run your business by giving away free stuff? Do you go to your store online or on Main Street and open it up every day and do everything for free? Why would you expect us to sit here and do this for the paltry amount of money that YouTube pays us? This is a serious, practical slap in the face of ourselves, cold hard reality moment of a business that we have built since the pandemic here on YouTube giving away huge volumes, over 700 free videos for you to use. And all we're asking you to do is some simple things and spend some money at our business, because this is not a viable business if you don't. First comment is from Steve Faust. Steve says, my loan is $180,000 and they made me sign a personal guarantee. So not sure about the info on that. Had a trucking company and they wanted to info for it. Okay, few things here, Steve. Number one, if you want to discuss this in more detail, we have opened our calendar for 1-hour phone consultations, which you can book time by clicking on the link in the description, and you will see the cost when you visit our website. Yes, it's a paid call if you want more information, or anybody else who wants more information about personal guarantees. You don't indicate here, Steve, if your business is set up with a corporate protection. In other words, you're an LLC, you're a C Corp, you're an LLP. You don't indicate that. Therefore, if your business is a sole proprietor, Steve, meaning you file the income for the business on your personal tax return on Schedule C, self-employed income, and you do not have a corporate entity for your business, then ipso facto, you have guaranteed the loan personally, because you are the loan. You are the business, Steve. You don't have a business. It's not Steve Trucking Incorporated. It's Steve, right? So let's clear that up for all you folks who are, misconstruing the idea of a personal guarantee. If you're a sole proprietor with no corporate entity, you personally guaranteed the loan because you are the business. Second, I don't understand this part of your sentence, Steve, where you say, they made me sign a PG. They didn't make anybody sign personal guarantees to my memory, and I worked on thousands of transactions during the pandemic. Nobody signed a personal guarantee. It was indicated when you applied for the loan that if the loan was greater than $200,000 for a formally organized business entity, then the owner or owners, shareholders or members of that business entity would also provide a personal guarantee in the event the business entity failed to pay the loan back, defaulted on payments. Then the owner or owners, shareholders or members of the business entity would take personal responsibility for repaying the debt. That's what a personal guarantee is. We've done multiple videos on personal guarantees. Go through our playlist and you can find them where I explain ad nauseum in detail all of the information you need to know about personal guarantees. But as far as signing one, I didn't see anything like that. I would love it if you wanted to show up and show me the personal guarantee you signed, because I don't think it exists. I think you're misconstruing you having signed the loan agreement after you were told that either because you're a sole proprietor, independent contractor with no formal entity, or because your loan is more than $200,000, which you say here it's less than $200,000. But if your loan is more, I think you're misconstruing that they told you to be a personal guarantee. It's a difference. We would recommend you speak to an attorney to get more information about that. And especially if you're having difficulty, you might want to consider filing bankruptcy. This is not legal advice. I'm not an attorney. Consult with an attorney. And if Attorney Nelson is here, he's in California. And if you're in California, Steve, reach out to Attorney Nelson. He's a good guy. Okay, next comment. Just want to remind you folks to like and subscribe and share this video. That is the minimum payment required for us to continue giving you this information that so many of you tell us you find useful. We get you thanking us all the time in the YouTube comments. So please take 12 seconds to hit the like button, to subscribe to the channel, and then share the video with someone you know who is an attorney, a CPA, or another business owner who could find this information useful. And if you want to be a really good supporter of us and our business, buy something from us by clicking on the links in the description. 1-hour consultation, EIDL Resource Hub, etc. The next comment is from Kumbula. Hi, I owe $750,000 and I've been paying for almost 2 years, $3,500 a month. Mazel tov, good for you, Kumbula. You're a good egg. You're a valuable member of the small business owner and taxpayer community, and I thank you. And I mean that with all true and heartfelt appreciation, because we have seen the comments from people who are like, screw the government, don't pay these loans. You know, the deadbeats in the world. The deadbeats who don't think that American society should be participatory, that people should live their lives on their own by their own standards. You know, those are the same people who didn't believe in getting vaccinations or wearing masks, by the way. But you, ℜ𝒂💦💦, thank you. But now, ℜ𝒂💦💦 goes on, the business is slow with the inflation, and I can't afford to do that anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. Sad. Well, first of all, if you'd like to discuss it with me directly, click on the link in the description, ℜ𝒂💦💦. You can book a 1-hour paid call with me, and I will give you my input, my advice, which will not just be about the COVID loan program. I'm going to ask you questions about your business, and maybe I can come up with some creative ideas to help you manage staying in business. I did a video recently where I quoted our friend Jen, who's a banker here in Connecticut, where in a situation like this, where somebody is sitting in her bank complaining about their business and regulations and fees and how hard it is, she says to them, okay, so sounds like you're disillusioned with your business, and before you consider shutting it down, ask yourself this question. So ℜ𝒂💦💦, ask yourself this question. Can you do what you're doing and enjoy the life you have in terms of controlling your income, controlling your day-to-day work operations and work activities, because you don't have a boss, you're the boss of you. Can you enjoy that type of a professional and personal lifestyle by working for somebody else? It's not just about the money. It's about how you live your life. Because do we need to go and look at some of these YouTube channels where folks talk about how terrible it is working for other people? I've worked for other people. A lot of times I was really ticked off at the people I worked for. And you know what? You carry that home with you at the end of the day, and it builds up inside you. You become sick. Before ℜ𝒂💦💦 or any of you consider shutting it down because of the COVID loan, please take a moment to reflect on that. Pop over to our Simple Sense for Small Business channel, where you can find videos where we're talking about how to pivot, how to market, how to increase your presence among your demographic prospect community so you can sell more. Because one of the best ways I know from my long career as a mortgage banker and from our business here is that if you want more money, you got to sell more stuff. If you want to book a call, click on the link in the description. Okay, and my final question for today's video is from Forest Green. And just as a reminder, folks, click on the like button if you find value in this video. Forest Green writes, one fun fact. I love fun facts, Forest. Okay, now I want to rent the Tom Hanks movie and watch that. Didn't know interest was accruing even though I wasn't making a payment. It will take 2 more years of payments just to start touching the principal. Fun. Yes, Forrest, this is true. But you know what? Don't be afraid of this. This is how lending works. You borrowed money that came with a deferred payment feature built into the loan. The disaster loan program is what SBA used to build the COVID EIDL program on. And they used most all of the same program features and requirements and restrictions and so forth. And one of those features was deferred payments. Initially, I think it was 6 months, then 12, 24, but ultimately it became 30 months of deferred payments. But if you read your loan agreement, which by the way, in a previous video, we said, read your loan agreement. This is part of our COVID anniversary series of basics that you all need to know about the COVID loan that you took. So make sure you watch that video, Forrest. You borrowed money. Put yourself in the shoes of the lender. If you loan somebody money today and you're charging them interest on the loan, don't you think that you would expect to be paid the interest, which is your profit, first? Yeah, that's how loans work. I was a mortgage banker for 30 years. If you got a mortgage, whether it was a 15-year loan or a 30-year loan, for the bulk of the term of the loan, you paid interest and just a tiny bit of principal. On a 30-year mortgage loan, by the way, if you don't know this, the first 22 years of a 30-year loan is basically all interest and a tiny amount of principal. Yes, the amount of principal you're paying creeps up every year after year after year through the first 22 years. But essentially, in the first 22 years on a 30-year mortgage loan, you're paying interest. The same is true for the COVID loan program. It's a 30-year term for the loan. But in addition, because so many of you selected the deferred payment option, by not making any payments, you have to reasonably assume that the lender, in this case, the United States government, the SBA, you, the taxpayer, really, is going to get its interest paid back before you start tapping into principal. And it's things like this we talk about: common sense concepts, common sense principles, boring, mundane ideas about running a business that we talk about on our other channel, Simple Sense for Small Business. Please take a moment to jump over there, subscribe to that channel, because we're trying to build that up also. And, maybe make a few dollars over there. And maybe if we can make a few dollars there and a few dollars over there and a few dollars here and some phone consultations, some EIDL resource hubs, maybe we can continue doing these videos for you folks, which so many folks seem to think that we are a charity organization. We're not. And if you want this to continue, please become part of our community. Like the video, subscribe to the video, and buy our products, our services, because this is not otherwise viable. Forrest, Kumbula, Steve, thank you all for joining me today. We'll see you on the next video here in the COVID Anniversary series.